Hey guys, so lately we've been making a few upgrades in the kitchen that have taken up more space than we thought that they would. It really kind of forced us to really think about how we're using our cabinet space and how best we can utilize the little space that we have. So if you're anything like me, you probably have more stuff than space. This can cause a lot of frustration, not having any real idea on how to organize it in any easy way that doesn't necessarily break the bank. So I wanted to start a series that helps viewers see that there are home upgrades that you can do yourselves. In the next couple videos, I'm going to be showing you some storage solutions in your kitchen that you can make in your own shop. These solutions won't require a ton of money or a master carpentry skill level, but they will bring your organization game to that next level. After putting in a new garbage disposal, we lost the space underneath our sink where our garbage can was. So in an effort to figure out a new home for the garbage, we had to think creatively about how we use our cabinets. As you can see here, we have some old cabinets that have turned into a catch-all for our pots and pans, cookie sheets, and an assortment of lids. Obviously, this doesn't make for the most pleasant kitchen experience when you can only realistically use the front half of the cabinet. I decided to consolidate the baking sheets and the pots and pans into the cabinet next to the stove so that we can convert the baking sheet cabinet into a pull-out garbage. The first step to this process is going to be making a simple box structure to stand the baking sheets up into. The height of the cabinet opening is 21 inches and the cabinet itself is about 23 inches deep. I only want the slot for the baking sheets to be about 6 inches wide to leave enough room on the right side for my drawers to be as wide as possible. So here I'm using leftover MDF from another project to make my box. I'm cutting the MDF down to size with my circular saw. I'm using a Craig jig that attaches to my circular saw to make sure I get a clean straight line, but you could use a clamped down straight edge of any kind. You could also use a table saw if you have one. Not everyone has a table saw, so for the purposes of this video, I went with a circular saw. I'm cutting my MDF to 23 inches here as that is the depth of my available cabinet space before I cut the pieces to length. Here I am cutting the sides of my box to 21 inches on my miter saw. You could do this with your circular saw on a straight edge as well. I also trimmed a piece of MDF to 6 inches width, which I will be cutting to 23 inches for my top, bottom, and middle pieces of the box. I apologize for the wavy video. Apparently that's what happens when you put your camera next to the dust collector. Here we are starting the assembly process of the box. I had some recording issues so you didn't see it, but I measured and marked where my top, bottom, and middle pieces will be glued and screwed in. I then pre-drilled the holes within those measurements. I have my top piece in my bench vise so that I can set the side of my box so that it rests flush on top of it. This will make drilling a lot easier. I will repeat this process until all of my pieces are screwed in except to the right side of the box. I'll be leaving the right side off until I install the box into the cabinet. This will allow me to screw into the cabinet wall, securing the box and making any adjustments as necessary. With the box fully secured to the cabinet wall, I was able to nail in the right side of the box. Now we've started prepping for the drawer install. I've added runners to the cabinet walls to ensure my drawer slides are flush with the face frame. Okay, so I wanted to do 2 sets of drawers here. One to hold my pots and pans that got disorganized, and then this top drawer is going to actually hold the lids. So I actually made some drawers, and I'll show you how to make drawers in another video. But it's just a basic box, and then I did some dados with some separators that the lids will actually slide into. You'll see that once we put everything up. So with your drawer supported on the runners, you can pull out both the bottom and top drawer and just run your slides along with it. And then you just do 1 screw at a time. So I kind of know where my slides need to be here. So knowing that we're flush where we need to be, I'm going to throw in the first screws. And then just keep inching it out. Do the next screw. It's going to be a little snug with that runner there, but just take your time. Keep those runners in the whole way. Otherwise your box might tip back and forth. So you just want to make sure it's level the entire time. At least until you get those first 4 screws in. And then you can take the runners out. Taking the runners out. more screws in there. And there you be. We have 2 functioning drawers. Now all we have to do is put our door back on and load her up. Okay guys, here's what we ended up with. We've got slots for our cookie sheets, mini slot there, keep the longer items of the kitchen. Bottom drawer here with all of our kind of lasagna pans and whatnot. And then we have this drawer here with separators for all of our lids. So ultimately was able to complete this project for just under $30. It was about 30 bucks for the drawer slides, and I used leftover wood and MDF that I had in my garage. So if you were to go out and buy the MDF, you're probably only looking at maybe $20 in wood. So easy enough. The next video I'll be posting will be my cleaned out sheet cabinet where we're gonna install a garbage, like a pull-out garbage drawer.